Hi, my name is Ayush. I run a financial services business with a focus on investments in hospitality. My overall score was an 8.5. I scored a 9 in listening and speaking, 8.5 in reading, and an 8 in writing. The only preparation that I did was the resource book that IDP provided had a couple of practice questions, and they also provide an online link wherein you can do a couple of online exams. I would definitely recommend doing the online exams for the listening part because you can practice the format of it. There's not much that you can study in terms of content. I think all you have to do is familiarize yourself with the format and trust your language skills. So I think the speaking test is the one that has the least amount of resources that you can practice with. So I think a good way to do that is to look at other practice exams which are readily available on YouTube. Focus on all different bands, probably the highest and the middle ones. The highest ones tells you what to do, and the ones that score badly kind of tell you what not to do. I think it's important to kind of pace yourself well. Once you do a couple of practice exams, you get an idea of where you're getting stuck. Especially, for example, the writing, you need to know that both of the essays are not equal in their weightage. So whereas you want to spend 20 minutes on the first one and 40 minutes on the longer essay, you have to divide your time very quickly between planning it, kind of writing out your points, and then kind of hashing it out into a larger essay. Once you do that, I think you'll be comfortable in terms of time. With the computer generated test, it's important to kind of make note of your answers as in when you think of them, because there is no time to kind of go back and change your answers or write them down. So especially for the listening, it's important to kind of make a note of the answer as you hear it. The only way that you can really prepare for it is that keep your reading up to speed, keep updated with like listening to the news and things like that. But specifically for the exam, I think the only thing important is to familiarize yourself with the format. It's important to do at least 1 or 2 timed practice tests so that you know how you're going to do on the final day. With the computer test, again, things have changed quite a bit from the written test. So in order to understand how the system works, how you're supposed to answer the questions, it's very important that you know these things beforehand so that you're comfortable when you're giving the exam, and then you can avoid that stress of a new environment. I think everything is very well organized. The center is very well laid out. Everyone is extremely helpful in guiding you through the process. Specifically, all the staff knows what you're going to do, and they know that you're going to be nervous, so they kind of put you at ease. They're very clear with their instructions. So I did my speaking in the morning, and then immediately after that I did the other sections. I started with listening, followed by reading, and then writing in the end. Listening, I would say that make a note of things as and when you hear them. You only hear the recording once, unlike other exams that you may have done before. So it's important that you listen actively and make a note. And in a computer test, you have to type out your answer in the required fields. What you must do is use to your advantage the time that you get to read through the questions. What I did was, they give a lot of extra time to read, so even when you're reading the first section, kind of go ahead and read all the parts of the listening exam before you start listening to the tape, so that you're aware of what you want to listen for when the tape is played. So have the questions in mind and write out your answers. Don't be stressed about it. This test is unlike other standardized tests. Other standardized tests kind of put you in a box and try to match up skills that don't necessarily come to use, like your SATs and GMATs. This is a very, very basic test that kind of makes sure that you are able to communicate in the English language. And all you have to do is trust your skills as they are and be comfortable. And that's what they want to see, whether it is speaking or the other things. Just be comfortable with English and be natural. And that's what will work best.